Hey everybody, Chris, the old ass retro gamer here. Welcome to the newest recent pickups live stream. What's up, 8-Bit Glitch? Welcome. Is everything looking and sounding okay? My computer looks like it's running kind of slow. But anyway, yes, this is number 58, I think. Yes, I did not, because money during the summer is usually kind of tight for me. I usually in June and July, they're kind of light months. Cool. Thank you for letting me know. It looks kind of slowed down on my end, but whatever. Money is kind of tight, so June and July usually aren't big collecting months for me, so I usually tend to group these 2 months together into a live stream. So yeah, there was no live stream last month. You're getting June and July tonight. There honestly aren't a whole lot of movies, but I ended up getting way more games than I thought I did. By the end, when I gathered everything up from the last 2 months, I was like, wow, I actually bought some stuff. I didn't think I did. But the surprising one is that I do not have a lot of movies to talk about. So let's just get into it, shall we? So we'll talk about the films first, starting off with the Blu-rays, and then going into the 4Ks / 3D Blu-rays. Okay, so hit up a half-price books. I went to go and see... What movie was that? Fast and Furious 9, I think? Fast 9 or F9. And we hit up a half-price books in the area before we went. And I found Batman Under the Red Hood. This is one of those DC Universe animated movies. This one I had seen when it first came out. I do believe I rented this on the Redbox. And I enjoyed it. It's cool. It has a Jonah Hex, like, little short cartoon in the extras, which is kind of cool. I don't really remember much about it, except that I think it's one of the old Robins ends up becoming the Red Hood in this. I need to watch it again, but I haven't seen it since it came out. And this came out in, 2015 or 16, something like that. I know that Jensen Ackles from Supernatural plays the voice of Red Hood. I never had long hair, Reggie. Jesus. Also picked up a copy of Batman Death in the Family. This is an adaptation of a comic book from the 80s, I do believe, where Robin dies. But the thing about this is, since the comic book was not that long, they turned this into this interactive movie thing, where it's like a choose-your-own-adventure. You get choices at certain points in the story. You get to pick where the story goes, and there's I think they said 6 different endings. I saw all 6 endings. You can let Robin live. You can let Robin die. Batman might die. I picked up a few months back. Yeah, this was actually kind of cool, but the thing is, once I watched all 6 endings, I was kind of like, what's the point in watching this again? Yeah, the mystery is done. It's gone. I think there's only one really interesting storyline that was like the longest of them all, and most of the ones are just kind of short and kind of dopey, but it was kind of cool. I just wish there was more to it. Luckily I didn't buy that brand new. I got that used off of Amazon. Other one I got off of Amazon is I've been trying to get these Studio Ghibli animated, Japanese animated anime movies. One that I've been putting off buying is Grave of the Fireflies, because it is depressing as hell. This one's about a couple of Japanese kids who are orphaned during World War II, and it's about them living on the streets trying to survive, and it is just really depressing, but it is honestly one of the best animated movies I've ever seen. It's like a punch in the gut, but it's awesome. I felt that I needed to add it to the collection. I need to watch it. I haven't opened it yet. I have seen this probably 3 times in my life, but it's a fantastic little movie. And when I was at Half Price Books, when I picked up that Batman Under the Red Hood, I found the Criterion Collection version of War of the Worlds, the original War of the Worlds from the 50s, I do believe, the George Powell one. And I've loved this, 1953. I have loved this movie ever since I was a little kid. This was one of the first movies my parents ever showed me. I remember my dad, I think he recorded it once we got a VCR. He recorded it off of television, and I remember I watched it all the time. And I was so huge into it when the TV show came out in the late 80s. I remember I was beyond excited to see that because it was a sequel to this movie, and it did not disappoint. Doesn't really hold up now, the TV show, but the movie still works. The special effects are great for a movie that came out in the 50s. They look fantastic. I need to sit down and watch this again. I did not realize it is only 85 minutes long. God damn. So now we're going to get into the 4Ks. Another DC Universe movie. I found this at my local Target. Did not even know this one was coming out, but I had to get it because I love these DC animated movies. And it is Justice Society World War II. I have not watched this one yet. I keep on meaning to pop it in, and then something comes up, something else happens. A lot of stuff's been coming out on Netflix and Amazon and all that lately. So like my TV has been getting a lot of use, not for video gaming, but for movie watching and whatnot, because like a lot of cool stuff's been coming out lately. But yeah, this one looks kind of neat. Reminds me that like the way it looks animated wise reminds me a lot of the Justice League New Frontier movie that came out in the late 2000s. That was like one of the first DC animated direct-to-video movies that I was like bonkers over because it was so cool. But I still need to watch that. They recently re-released Scott Pilgrim versus the World in 4K. It's one of my favorite films of all time. So when I was at Target, I bought one other movie while I was there. I saw this in their general movie section, and I was like, oh shit, yes, you are coming home with me. I love this movie. It's like, what would happen if your life ran on video game rules? It's just really goofy and silly. I've read all the comic books in the series. The movie kind of strays, but I don't mind. And it's just super fun, fast-paced, funny. Absolutely love it. What's up, Hasbian? It still cracks me up. So when I picked up Scott Pilgrim, I also picked up a movie that I didn't realize was coming out to video this quickly. And it made me buy another movie because of it. And we're talking the two A Quiet Place movies. I saw the original Quiet Place in the theater. I loved it until the end. I thought the ending was really kind of stupid and hokey. The whole thing with the baby. There is no way you're giving birth to a baby in complete silence and have that baby stay silent. And let's stick it in a box when we're done so people can't hear it crying. What? It's just dumb. But it didn't make me... I mean, I don't hate the movie. I love it. It's great. It's just that ending kind of kills it a little bit for me. But I was really looking forward to the sequel. And this is one of those movies that got delayed because of the pandemic. And it was supposed to come out last April, I want to say, 2020. It didn't come out until last month. And here's the weird thing is I keep on wanting to, head out to the movie theater. I've been going to the movies and stuff. I just keep on saying, I'm going to go and see Quiet Place 2 to people at work. And they're like, let me know how it is. And I just never do. I never seem to have the time, or the times don't match up with my schedule. So I kept putting it off, and then one day I come home from work and I log on to Paramount Plus, and guess what's streaming on Paramount Plus? This. It's like, huh? So I got to watch this at my house for the first time, and I absolutely loved it. And then Tuesday I go to Target to go and do some grocery shopping, and I just happen to be walking around the electronics section to see if anything's on sale, and this is sitting there, and I was like, I just watched this. How is this already on video? This just came out last month. Whatever. I'll buy it because I loved it. I actually like this more than the first one. So if you haven't seen these movies, you've been living under a rock. There's like an alien invasion. Aliens crash land on Earth, and they are attracted to sound. Anything that makes a sound, they will attack and kill. So basically, the world's in ruins. It's kind of like Last of Us land. Everything. People are living in isolation, trying to keep out of the way of the aliens, trying to be as quiet as possible. The whole first movie is just about one family trying to survive. And the movie is basically, there's hardly any talking in it. It's mostly people doing sign language and stuff like that. But it's a really cool, tense movie, like I said, until the end. But then when I watched the second one, I was like, this is exactly what I imagined a Last of Us movie would be like. There is a section of the movie where, I don't remember the character's name, but the child that is deaf ends up going off on an adventure side quest thingy with what's his name? The guy from Batman. Damn it. I think it's funny that they put John Krasinski's name on here. He's in the movie for a grand total of like 4 minutes. Not Kieran. Jesus, the British actor. Unimportant. There's a male character that they befriend in the movie, and her and the deaf daughter and him go off on this adventure, and it's just like Ellie and Joel in Last of Us. It's really great. And it kind of ends on another cliffhanger, so there's definitely going to be a part 3, and this movie made a killing at the box office. So, there's definitely going to be a third movie. I can't wait. After the way this one ended, hells yes. Other one I picked up, I totally forgot this was coming out to home video. Jason from Corpse Flood Gaming. What's up, Krillin? Races to the store. Yeah, I had no idea, 8-Bit, that this had come out already. It's so quick. It completely took me by surprise when I saw it sitting there. I was like, what? What? This is still making tons of money at the box office, and you're already releasing it, not only on Paramount Plus for people to watch, but on home video already? What? Okay, whatever. But Jason at Corpse Flood Gaming texted me, and he's like, oh, guess what came out today? And I was like, shit. So I immediately went on to Amazon and ordered the remake of Mortal Kombat, or the reboot. Saw this in the theater opening night with a friend of mine. Absolutely loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Is the new character that they introduced in the movie kind of pointless? Yeah, a little bit, but he's supposed to be the audience's way into the story. Also, it's nice that they changed it up so it's not just a complete redo of the first film, from back in the 90s, where it's just a tournament like Enter the Dragon. No, there is no tournament in this movie. It is all about the build-up to the tournament. I suspect that since there is a trilogy planned in this series, that the tournament's going to be the next movie, and then the Invasion of Earth will probably be the third movie. But this is the setup for everything. So at least they're putting all their pieces in place in this one. And I thought they did a pretty good job of it. I loved all the characters. Kung Lao was awesome. Liu Kang was awesome. Sonya's awesome. Kano just freaking rocked this movie. Everything that came out of his mouth cracked me up. Straight from the taint! I'm just getting ready to shit himself. Oh, God. Have you played Resident Evil 7 in VR yet? Woo! People are still afraid to go to the theaters. I'm not, but they're talking about locking Chicago down again, everyone's starting to put masks back on because that Delta variant is starting to spread. So we'll see how that goes. Three movies for $12. That's not bad. I wish I found stuff like that around here. But yeah, I absolutely loved it. Wasn't a fan of the remix of the Mortal Kombat theme song that they play over the end credits. It's cheesy as hell, and I hate it. I think because of the way the movie is and how violent and nasty it is. Yeah, that's the thing about this movie, too. Not PG-13 at all. Everyone's dropping F-bombs. There's like 13 different fatalities that happen in here. One of them is one of the nastiest things I think I've seen in a movie that wasn't called Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's pretty gruesome at times, but it's a lot of fun. I like the actors that they picked for everybody. Can't wait to see what they do with the sequel when they set up the whole Johnny Cage thing at the end of the movie. And then the last movie I have to talk about is a 4K and 3D Blu-ray combo set that I got from Korea, and it is Godzilla vs. Kong. I had to order this from Korea, like I usually do when I want to get a 3D movie and a 4K in the same package. This got released in 4K over here. I was considering buying it, but I just happened to be putzing around on eBay, and I saw that there were these 4K and 3D Blu-ray combos out there, so I picked this up. And it was actually not too cheap or not too expensive. It was like $30, which is not bad. Usually these are like 45 to 50. I've paid that much for a couple of the ones I've gotten. But I saw this in the theater opening night also with a bunch of friends. It is super fun. It's another one of those, just like the last movie in the series, the Godzilla King of the Monsters. The movie is crazy, and I do not understand how these movies were getting greenlit and what kind of budgets they had, because it's just nonstop action, destruction, and crazy shenanigans going on. This is also not only you're getting a Godzilla versus Kong movie, but you're also getting The Core, or Journey to the Center of the Earth type of thing going on. Yeah. But this is a ton of fun. I loved it. I loved every second of it. It's goofy. It's stupid, but it is fun. There's a lot of predictable things going on. The big bad at the end of the movie. I saw that thing coming in the last movie. So, yeah, super glad that I was able to get not only a 3D copy, but a 4K version. Yeah, Lollapalooza is happening in Chicago right now, and they're basically saying that, this is the last weekend you're going to have free people, because they're going to lock everything down again, because it's crazy. I saw the amount of the people that were at the concert, and I was like, oh, God, we're in trouble. But, yeah, my work sent out an email on Friday saying masks are required. If you have to wear them when you're walking around in the building now. They're saying that they're going to have a light lockdown in Chicago, where they're basically saying everyone's going to be required to wear masks again. They haven't closed anything down yet, but I'm expecting that to happen after Lollapalooza. And not only that, but next month in August, I think it's Riot Fest is happening, and 9 Inch Nails is headlining that, and that's going to be freaking crazy too. I don't know. I'm guaranteeing that thing is going to be postponed. What's up, Widow Brother? So now we're going to get into the video games, and I don't really have anything retro. I do have a lot of games. I have more games than I usually have to talk about. Normally it's mostly movies and not so many games. Today it's the opposite. I did not realize that I had purchased this much stuff over the last 2 months. But yeah, I don't really have anything retro. The oldest things I got is from the PlayStation 2. I found these at a half-price books, dirt cheap. We're talking like $2 to $3 each, which is why I bought them. I found a copy of Mojo, which is a puzzle game where you have like these marbles or whatever, and you're supposed to like gather them into corrals or something. Challenging, graphically stunning, addictive 3D puzzle adventure that tests both your mind and your reflexes because your Mojo energy drains over time. You must quickly maneuver through the progressively difficult stages, clearing sequences of colored blocks by increasingly shorter amounts of time. Only the most skilled players will be able to navigate Mojo's mind-bending chain of puzzles in order to survive the legendary 100th stage. I remember I watched a bunch of footage of this on YouTube, and I was kind of like, oh, that's kind of cool. I might want to pick that one up if I ever see it. And then like a month or two later, I see it at half-price books for like $3. I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, it looks really fun. It's like a puzzle. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's like a puzzle game where you control like a marble and you have to like destroy blocks. It looks kind of cool. And the other one I found, I hear is kind of uncommon, but it's called Colosseum Road to Freedom. I do believe this is also available on the Xbox, but it's by Koei, and it looks like a Roman Muso game, like a Dynasty Warriors type game, where you are in the arena and you are just fighting crowds and crowds of people. And when I saw that, I was like, yes, 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 must have it. That looks awesome. So I picked it up, and I have not played it yet because my PlayStation 2 it's not crapping out. It's just my 4K TV does not like it. So it's like most of the stuff I have to like drag into my bedroom if I want to play like older games and stuff. I have to drag them into my bedroom and play on my tiny little TV and sit on the floor like I was like 10 years old again. Darkstalkers with the Ram cart. Yeah, Roman Dynasty Warriors, that's exactly what it looks like. I'm all over it. Darkstalkers on Saturn, I bought that. Like, that was one of the first things I bought on the Saturn when I got back into collecting in 2013. I went right to eBay and started buying all the games that I loved when I was collecting, that I would play all the time. I still had my original Saturn in my closet. So I was like, I want to buy things right now that I know I can actually play, that I will enjoy playing before I start going for the things I have not played yet. And that was one of the first ones I picked up was Night Stalkers, the Darkstalkers game. Now we're going into PS3. PS3, the prices are going crazy. I don't know why. I can understand when everyone was saying, or when the PlayStation 3 store was going to be closing, that people will be like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. But it's not closing anymore, at least not in the immediate future. It's going to be it's a ways off. So the prices are still climbing. There's like games that I would normally see at half price books for like $5, and now they're going for like 30, 35, 40. It's kind of crazy. It's driving me nuts. Because now that I actually have a PlayStation 3 that I can play, and I have been playing my PlayStation 3 almost exclusively lately, I want to get games for it that I can play, and I can't because now they're all prohibitively expensive, which it sucks. But I do find stuff now and then. There are some games that haven't been hit by the price uptake yet. So I think I might have mentioned this in the last stream that I did in May, that once I got that new PlayStation 3, which has a really big hard drive, I went through every single game I have in my collection, putting it in my PlayStation 3, downloading the update for it, just in case the store goes down at some point. I have the update already. And it made me realize that I had certain gaps in my collection. So I started going out of my way to find the games that I was missing from certain franchises, like MotorStorm Apocalypse. I have MotorStorm, the original, and I have the third one, which is like, I can't remember if it's the ice one or if it's the Pacific something one. I don't remember. But this is the only one I was missing. It's a racing game. I remember the original game like blew my mind graphically when I first got it. It was like one of the first PlayStation 3 games I bought when I finally did get a PlayStation 3. And it kind of like the graphics were just like insanely great. So I do remember it being kind of hard. Like the difficulty in these games is pretty up there, but didn't stop me from playing it all the time. So I need to get back into playing all of these. Also was missing, I have the second game. I thought I had the third game in the series, but I didn't. So I went out and found a copy of Crisis 3. This is the Hunter edition that includes day one access to the new Predator bow, which is not available anymore. A lot of the stuff that I bought that had like downloadable content that was like free for buying the game new is like not even available on the store anymore. Even if the code was never used, they have like an expiration date. But it's a first-person shooter that I remember being super graphically impressive, especially the first one. You remember all that crap about Crysis 1? Like, can your PC run Crysis? Was like a big meme that went around for a long time. But yeah, I have the first game. They released it digitally on the Xbox 360. I do have that on my Xbox 360. I have the second one for the PS3 and the third one for the PS3 now. And I need to get into playing these also. I've been kind of in the mood for first-person shooters again, so I think I might actually play through all three of them. You have a CIB Uncharted bundle and a loose BC model. Both are nice. CIB PS3 Uncharted bundle and a loose. Oh, yeah. I remember. I think you mentioned that before. But yeah, I would love to have like an Uncharted. They didn't really do like special editions like they do now, where like the actual console looks different when it has like a pack-in game, like that God of War PlayStation 4 Pro. That thing looks beautiful. They didn't really do that much as far as I know. It just came with a game when it came to the PS3. I bought a copy of Mirror's Edge on the PS3. I had this for the 360, and I absolutely loved it. I beat it. I played the crap out of it. I liked it so much, I had like a whole movie of this planned out in my head, and I still do, ever since I played it. So we're talking 13, 14 years now. And I went to play my Xbox version, and I don't know if the disc got damaged somehow, but it was skipping all the time. So I was like, I guess I got to get a new copy, and I just so happened to be at a half-price books, and this was $7, so I picked it up. And yeah, it's an awesome it's in the first person. It's not really a shooter. There is some shooting you can do, but it's a first-person parkour game where you're running across rooftops and dodging obstacles and beating people up. It's pretty fantastic. I love the story. I love the character. Faith is great. I need to play through this again because I want to play the sequel or whatever is the prequel. What is it, Catalyst, which I have for the PS4, and I've been putting off playing that forever. And I was like, well, it's been so long since I played the first one. Might as well do that before I play the next one. Oh, backwards compatible PS3? Nice. I found this at half-price books also. I never played this game, but I remember everybody telling me how freaking awesome it is. But it is Battlefield Bad Company 2. This is the Ultimate Edition. Comes with Battlefield 1943 Onslaught mode, limited edition unlocks, and VIP downloads. None of those work. The codes are dead. But it's a first-person shooter, I do believe. I remember everybody telling me back in the day this was absolutely fantastic. And I just was never really into the Battlefield games. I played Part 2 on the original Xbox, and I liked it. I thought it was a great first-person shooter, but I just never went any further in the series with it. So found this for, like, I think it was $10. I was like, okay, fine, I'll pick it up. And the moment I bought it, Jason from Corpse Flood Gaming saw the picture that I put, and he was just like, how have you not played that yet? I was like, sorry. And going through my collection, going and updating all the games, I was like, there's more games in this series. I know it. So I went and picked up a copy of Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. I have the first one, and I wanted to get the sequels. I think there's also another one that's available for the 360 or something. I know there's another game in the series, but it's like an RPG, like an action RPG. And I was playing a little bit of it I played a little bit of the first one when I did the update because I wanted to see what it was, and it was pretty cool. Graphically, it's kind of intense, so I was like super thrilled to get that. And also, I realized I was missing a bunch of games in this series as well, so I picked up a bunch of Sonic games for the PS3. I picked up Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. Show us Dolphin Blue. Nope, that's going to be in my Dreamcasting episode, so you have to wait for that. Yeah, so I've never actually played this game. And I expected when I popped this into my PlayStation 3 to immediately see that there was an update. And the scary thing is that when I put the disc in and I selected look for updates, it said no updates available. You have the current version. I was like, oh God, no. Did they ever fix this? Unless I got like a later release that already had the fixes on the disc, but I don't know. I've never played it. I don't know how bad it is. I don't know if all the claims everyone makes about how poop-tastic this is are true. But I will eventually give it a go. The rumors aren't false. Yeah, I will eventually give it a go to see what's up. But yeah, that might be a ways off. I also picked up Sonic and AllStars Racing Transformed. I have this for the Vita, and I really, really liked it. It's an awesome like go-kart game, like Mario Kart, just with all Sonic and Sega characters. And the funny thing about this, just like on the Vita version, there's unlockable characters like Danica Patrick and Wreck-It Ralph. And I am not kidding. They're right there on the back. Like Danica Patrick and Wreck-It Ralph. What the hell? But yeah, your cars change shape depending on what kind of environment you're racing through. If you're on land, obviously you have wheels, and then all of a sudden you can turn into a plane so you can fly around, and then you can turn into like a boat so you can go across water. So I liked the one on the Vita. I liked it a lot. I played it a lot once I first bought it. I also have the first game, that just All-Stars or Sonic and All-Stars Racing. So I wanted to get the second game in the series. And then the other one I was missing is Sonic Unleashed. Yeah, the Were Hedgehog game. Dreamcast games. Yeah, I do the Dreamcast games separate because I have that Dreamcasting series, and I have still been buying Dreamcast games. If you follow my Instagram, you will see 3 new ones that I picked up recently. 2 of them Captain Algebra happened to find for me in Wisconsin. But I'm still buying Dreamcast games like crazy. It's just I want to save all of them for one Dreamcasting. I'm so close. I think I'm like 10 or 12 games away from having a complete collection. And it's just they're all commons, and for some reason they're hard to find. But Captain Algebra happened. I tell him which ones I'm missing. Captain Algebra goes out shopping and finds 2 of them like immediately where he lives in Wisconsin, which is kind of crazy. So on the Super Enabler Brothers podcast that I do with Jason from Corpse Flood Gaming, we have the Backlog Roulette, where Jason has a roulette wheel. We make a list of games in our backlog that we want to play. We make a list of the ones that we make a list with the amount of games listed that correspond with the amount of what do they call them? Little alcoves on the roulette wheel. So there's like 38 total spaces on the roulette wheel. So we have 38 games, whichever the ball lands on the roulette wheel, we play the associated game on our list. Well, this was the one that I got for this past podcast. And that was Sonic Unleashed. And I played it for about an hour and I put it down. I was like, I'm not playing this anymore. What's up, Captain Algebra? Yeah, this was my newest game for the roulette. I played it for an hour and I was like, this is freaking hot garbage. It's like way too fast when you're playing as Sonic, to the point where it's like not fun because you just keep running into things. And it's hard to control because Sonic just goes all over the freaking place. And then when you turn into the werewolf version of him, it is like slowed down to a crawl, and the beat 'em up mechanics are terrible. So it's like, no, I'm not playing this anymore. I'm not wasting my time. I'm going to go play a game that I enjoy. So I do not recommend that one. But that's available on the 360. And I also do believe the Wii. Boop. Found this at Half Price Books. It's the Zone of the Enders HD collection. I do believe this has the first 2 games on it. Mech games by Hideo Kojima. I remember I bought the first one for the PS2, and it had a demo of Metal Gear Solid 2 on it, and I was like, oh my god. But I haven't played any of these since. The only game in this series I've played recently is the VR version of the second game, and it is god-awful. So, and we'll see. I need to put some time into it, but playing it in VR is a no-go. It is so clunky and hard and disorienting, and it like my head felt like it was going to explode. Like my eyes were going to fall out of their sockets. Yeah, they look cool. I like Hideo Kojima, so why not? But I need to put some actual time into them. I also picked this up because it's a Move game, and that's SOCOM 4. I'm guaranteeing that the online portions of this do not work anymore. But I don't care. I've been trying to get all the Move games I can possibly get because I love playing with the Move controllers. I think it's super fun, way better than the Wii. So yeah, tactical shooter. Yeah, like I said, the internet capabilities, the multiplayer probably isn't a thing anymore. I don't know. I haven't tried. I updated it. It's fine, but we'll see. And then this one, I did not even know this existed. I was putzing around on Twitter, and I follow the Game Deflators podcast page on Twitter, and they posted a picture of this. And I was like, when did that happen? So I immediately went and looked for a copy. It was super expensive on eBay, but on Amazon it was actually pretty cheap, so I bought it there. I got it for, I think, $22. It is a sequel to a terrible, terrible, terrible game on the 360. It was so terrible that when I rented it, I was like, oh my god, this is awful. I think I need to own it. It's like so bad, it's kind of fun. So when I saw that there was a sequel, I said yes, and that's Vampire Reign Altered Species. I had no idea that there was a sequel to Vampire Reign because the first one was so bad, I could not imagine that it sold very well, but here we are. There's a sequel for the PS3, and it's an exclusive for the PS3. But it's a third-person action game where you're hunting vampires, and for some reason, the main character here looks a lot like Solid Snake. Don't ask me why. But yeah, I haven't tried it yet, but it looks craptastic, but in a fun way, because it's like a B-movie video game, so why not? More of a director's cut? I don't know. I heard it was a sequel, so we shall see. Doesn't say anything about it being an update. Yeah, we'll see. Haven't played it yet. I need to finish playing through the first one, but the first one is so freaking clunky. We'll see. Picked up a Vita game out of nowhere because as I'm going through my PlayStation 3 collection, like I said, trying to get all the updates, I also went to the store, and now that I have a big hard drive, I can re-download all the digital stuff I've bought over the years and not have to be deleting stuff just so I can put it on there. So I have plenty of room. Turns out when I downloaded all the extra characters and backgrounds and stuff for, PlayStation AllStars Battle Royale for the PlayStation 3, it also gives you the Vita versions. And I was like, hey, the Vita, that'd be a fun game to play on the Vita. I don't have that one. So I picked up a copy of PlayStation AllStars Battle Royale. And now all of the DLC characters and backgrounds and the little minion characters or whatever that I bought, I've put on my Vita, and now I have like the complete game on my Vita. And it's a fun Smash Brothers style beat 'em up featuring what started off as just Sony characters like Nathan Drake and Sackboy, Sly Cooper, Fat Princess, Ratchet and Clank, and the characters from Killzone. All of a sudden, now you can download Isaac from Dead Space and Kratos, and was it Dante, I think, is one of the characters. The game's better than Smash Brothers. I haven't played it a whole lot. I remember I played it with my cousin when I visited in Ohio, because I was trying to bring like family-friendly games, and it turns out all he wanted to play was Last of Us. But yeah, I thought it would be great to be able to play this on the go if I ever wanted to, so I picked that up. And it wasn't very expensive either. I see people on eBay selling this for like $50 and up, and I got it for like $25. So whatever. But yeah, Vita games are going through the roof also. Can't believe you typed that. Huh. I only picked up one Xbox One game, and that is Battle Chasers Night War, and it looks like a dungeon crawler. And I found this for $10 at Half Price Books, so I said, why the hell not? I love a good dungeon crawler. Why the hell not? I'm repeating myself. I'm tired. It's been a long week. Had a crappy week. But you see what it's like. It looks dungeon crawl-esque. I like them, so I picked it up. It was cheap. And then we get to the PlayStation 4, which is, I always have a ton of PlayStation 4 games. I'm almost out of room on my wall for PlayStation 4 games for storage. But I was out with a bunch of friends. We're doing a board game day. Every once in a while, a group of my friends get together. We play any board games that we find interesting that day. And we went out for dinner, and there was a GameStop in the parking lot of the place we went. So we're wandering around, and I picked this up with the intention of buying it. And one of the friends I was with was like, I have that at home. I played through all the games on it. I don't think I ever want to play them again. And he goes, you can just have it if you want. Next time we see each other, I'll bring you my copy, and you can just have it. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. And that's the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection. This has Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 on it. And Uncharted 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. Like, bar none. Like, Part 4 and Part 2 are, like, tied for the best. Part 2 is one of the only games that ever really got me, like, emotionally invested in characters before in a video game. It blew my mind a little bit. So I've been in the mood to play these again, and I'm like, well, I do have them for the PlayStation 3, but I'd like to see what these upgraded versions look like on the PS4. So I was out looking for a copy of this, and then I just got a copy for free because my friends are awesome. So there's that. But you can tell he got it pre-owned at GameStop. Yeah, you're running out of room too. I saw Jason. Jason sent me a picture of like he's rearranging his toys in his room, and he sent me a picture, and his PS4 wall is like jammed. Like I don't know where he's gonna put these things when he buys them. He did a free one, so he did the play at home thing on PSN. Oh, geez. You have a Vita, and your CIB one day. I need a Vita. I still need to get a PlayStation Vita TV, but there's no way I'm buying one now for over $100. I got on seeing them everywhere, and I was just kind of like, I'll get it later. Next thing you know, they're $100. I'm like, son of a bitch, I missed out. Anyway, Reggie, you're still here. I bought this because of yo ass. Kays and the Wild Masks. I saw you talking about this with Metal Jesus in one of your little pickup collabs that you guys do. And I was like, that looks kind of cool. I think I want that. So I picked it up. It looks like a platformer, like a cartoony platformer. So I said, why the hell not? I like a good platformer now and then. I also like achievements and trophies. So why not? I haven't played it yet, but there's that. When I was I went to see Black Widow with a couple of my friends, and we went to, was it Woodfield Mall? Yeah, Woodfield Mall. It's like this huge mall in the suburbs. Do you still enjoy those vids, Chris? The ones with you and Metal Jesus? Yeah, they're fun. There's a GameStop in the upstairs levels, and we went in there, and it was like, I did not expect that mall to be that crowded. I mean, they've just started, this came out in like the beginning of July, and I did not expect that mall was like shoulder to shoulder crowded. And then the GameStop that we went into had a sign that said no more than 10 people in the store at a time. There was like 50, 60 people in there, and everyone was just kind of standing crammed together. And we're like, we need to get the hell out of here. So I picked up a bunch of games while I was there. They had some stuff that was discounted. I think they just discounted a bunch of stuff. And I also had a coupon from my rewards card that was like buy two, get one free. So I picked up this game called Curved Space. It looked kind of interesting. It's also being able to upgrade on the PlayStation 5. And I really can't tell you what kind of arcade-style twin-stick shooter. That's why I bought it. This is about a month ago I picked this one up. It looked kind of interesting and cool, so I picked it up. It was dirt cheap also. It was like $15. Also picked this one up, I do believe, because of you, Reggie. I picked up Real Heroes Firefighter. Do not know much about it other than the fact that it's a firefighter game, but I've played a bunch of firefighter games on the older generations, and they're pretty cool. I think I have one for the PS2 also. But like the ignition factor on Super Nintendo is pretty cool, and so is the fireman, so why the hell not? So pick this one up. Haven't played it yet, though. It's still sealed. Keep them at your house. No. There was also a sale on the Target website. Captain Algebra turned me on to it. He's like, oh, by the way, they're doing a buy two, get one free sale. I was like, you son of a bitch. Stop making me want to spend money. So I bought 3 games. Took a while to figure out what I wanted, but eventually I got to it because I didn't want to spend a whole lot of money. I was trying to buy games that were like $30 and under. So I picked up a copy of Iris Fall. It looks a lot like I've seen video of this before, and it reminded me a lot of Limbo, where it's like, black and white, and your character's kind of always in shadow and stuff, and it looks like a platformer puzzler. So, yeah. I wanted to pick that one up. It looked interesting. I never really heard of it before, but turns out it's kind of popular. And it also has a digital soundtrack code in here. Haven't redeemed it yet, but we'll get there eventually. Had to open this one up because the disc was loose when I got it. So, also picked this one up. It's an NIS America one. It's Poison Control, and I do believe it's an RPG. Meet twisted denizens, explore Bell's hells, and shoot and purge corruption. Purge poison, raise hell. I don't really know much about it. I was just kind of like, that looks interesting. Pixel remasters on Steam. Do my duty as a part-time enabler, bro. So, yeah, this kind of looked a little bit like a Persona game. And I like Persona. So, wanted to give it a shot. Be a while before I get to this. It's an RPG, like I usually do. I buy all these RPGs and I never play them. This one I'll definitely be playing pretty soon, and that is CTR Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel, the remaster, I do believe, of the PlayStation 2 game. And it got voted best racing game. Oh! Yeah, karts. Every major franchise has a kart racing game. The only one that doesn't is God of War. Why not? So, sure. I picked up the Sonic reboot or Sonic remaster that they did, the Sonic Racing. Might as well pick the Crash Team Racing one up too. Wasn't a game I played all that much when it first came out. I don't think I ever played it at all. I remember I played it once at a friend's house, and we played multiplayer. And I was like, okay, I suck at this. One VR game, and it's a fantastic one. I picked up Vader Immortal. Thought this was a GameStop exclusive because the moment it was announced, I went to GameStop and reserved it. Pre-ordered it, and when it finally showed up, I popped it in, and I had such a blast playing this. I didn't even get to the actual game yet. I was playing the practice levels. There's like these 40 challenges that you can do to get you more lightsaber styles and stuff that you can have during the game. I just made a jack off hand movement. I didn't mean it. Sorry, people. This isn't a porno stream. Sorry. But yeah, the game itself, you don't play as Vader. You're going after Vader. But you are a rogue Jedi, I do believe. But I played this for about 2 hours the first night that I had it. And I was just doing the practice levels, like the training stuff. I did not realize how much I was freaking sweating when I was playing it. Because when I was finally done, I was like, okay, you know what? I need to sit down and take a break and all that. I'm kind of tired. I take the helmet off, and the helmet, my VR helmet, like the nose thing is just greasy as hell. The part that rests up against your forehead was all wet, and I happened to look down on myself, and I did not realize that I had sweat through my freaking t-shirt. I had to peel that thing off of me when I was done. It was that covered. It was like that soaked through with sweat. It was crazy. I had to go take a freaking shower. So I now have a new exercise program. But it's great. Damn it, you're out. What's up, September Pixlr? September Pixlr? Yeah, I got it right. My eyes are going cray-cray. But it's a real fun game, and I was just, like I said, I was just playing the training levels, and I was having a blast. So can you imagine once I get to playing the actual storylines? And I do believe this has 3 different episodes in it that were released digitally, like over the space of 2 or 3 months. And yeah, you get all 3 of them on disc, install them, good to go. Controls fantastically. Using the Move controllers as a lightsaber and as a hand for doing Force stuff is great. Love it. Now we're going to get into the limited run game stuff that I ordered months and months and months ago. They just finally showed up. I don't know much about these games, but they were the only ones recently that I thought looked interesting. I've heard of this one before, and it's called After Party. And if this is the one I'm thinking of, this is the one where you're at a party and then a killer shows up and you're trying to get away from him. If that's the one I'm thinking of. In After Party, you are Milo and Lola, recently deceased best buds who suddenly find themselves staring down at an eternity in hell. Oh, this is not the one I'm thinking of, but there's a loophole. Outdrink Satan and he'll grant you eternity on earth. That's funny. Anyway, I remember hearing about this. I remember people saying it was pretty good, so why the hell not? Still need to play it. Got a little mini vacation coming up, so I'll definitely be doing it. Well, thank you. I appreciate you going back and rewatching my stuff. I hope you like it. Picked up Story of a Gladiator, which is also what looks like a Muso-style game, like that Colosseum game that I picked up earlier. If you look at it, I mean, it looks like a beat-em-up where there's just a massive amount of characters on screen, so that looked like a real fun beat-em-up. Outdrink Satan, challenge accepted. Yeah, what adventures will you stumble through in the underworld? Every step is up to you. Time to go on the best bender ever. Uncover the mystery of why you've been damned and drink the big guy under the table. Pick your poison, beat demons at beer pong, dance off at Club Skull, and one night to get out of hell. Why not? Like I said, it sounded interesting. So yeah, there's that. I also picked up this one. It is called Complex. And the reason I wanted this is it is by, what's the name of this company? Ooey? Whatever. It's a full motion video game, like the old games you used to get on the Sega CD and all that. And I love full motion video games. It's like an interactive movie, and I'm a filmmaker, so obviously. So yeah, it is all live action stuff, and you get prompts to do certain tasks and whatnot, and let the story play out. So I love these. I have like 2 or 3 of these that I've gotten from whatever this company is. I have, what's it called? There's one where you're like locked in the bunker. I have the bunker. I have the Mysterious Case of Dr. Something or Other, and there's another one I think I have. This is the newest one that they've released, so I had to get them all. I love them. And then because I'm trying to get all of these SNK games, I picked up the King of the Fighters collection, the Orochi Saga, and it comes with King of the Fighters 94, 95, 96, 97, and 98. 5 games in one action-packed collection. I love me some fighting games. I definitely love me some SNK fighting games. I love King of the Fighters because it has all the characters, not all of them, but most characters from all of the other SNK fighting franchises like Fatal Fury, Art of Fighting, Samurai Showdown, all that kind of shit. So absolutely had to have this. I do think I had a version of this on the PS2, but you know what? I'd rather have it on the PS4. For the guys that did Oxenfree, great game that too. Which one are you talking about, Scott? And welcome to the stream. Wisconsin out drinking Satan is a Tuesday here. That's awesome. Okay, now we can get into some Switch games. I picked a couple of these up while I was at that super crowded GameStop at the mall. I picked up this game called Hellpoint, and I do believe this is another twin stick shooter, but I could be wrong. Dozens of melee and it's a platformer. Have a friend fight alongside. Ooh, and it's co-op. Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, this I thought it looked kind of cool. I remember reading about this when it was coming out, and I thought the artwork on the front looked really rad. And then I remember a friend of mine on Facebook said, Hellpoint was kind of fun. I just totally forgot to look up what it was. But I found this there that had already been discounted. It's like I said, when I went, they had just put like a bunch of discounted stuff out, and this was one of them, which is why I picked it up. I got this for like $25. So I wasn't going to pass that up. And it wasn't used. It was brand new. So why not? I also picked this one up. I had no idea what this is, but it looks like it's a first-person shooter. It's called Rico. I had never heard of this before, but I love me a first-person shooter. I don't have enough of them on the Switch. I think I only have maybe 2, and one of them is Doom, and I do not recommend playing that in handheld mode. It is craptastic. But, I had to pick this one up. It looks super rad, and I love the graphic style, too. It's kind of like trying to look like a comic book, but it's that cel-shaded look. So, had to pick that up. And this one I picked up, I do believe, because of the Game Deflators podcast again. They posted a picture of this, and you're like, you ever heard of this one? Because it looks funny as hell. And I immediately went and found a copy of it online. I got this off of eBay, I do believe. And it is, what's the subtitle? Because it's kind of hard to read on the front here. Okay. Chicken Police Paint It Red. Yep, you heard me. Chicken Police. It says a wild tale of love, death, chickens, and redemption. It's a buddy cop noir adventure with carefully crafted a carefully crafted world, a gritty story, lots of absurd humor. The game mixes elements of classic adventure games with virtual novel style storytelling. And that just sounded really interesting to me. And I love a good game that'll make me cackle, so why the hell not? And I can tell people I have a game in my collection called Chicken Police. Do it for the lulz. And lastly, I have 2 PlayStation 5 games, and a certain person in the chat here knows what one of them is. You shall remain nameless. No, you won't. I'm going to drop your name like you would believe. So, Scott over there from Sega Blocks, I was chatting to him about doing something for my channel, and he was like, hey, by the way, you have a PS5? I'm like, no, I don't. Well, whatever. I'm just going to send you something. And he ended up sending me a copy of Demon's Souls for the PlayStation 5. That was freaking awesome of him. He was just like, thank you for being cool all these years that we've known each other. So here's a copy of Demon's Souls for free. And I thank you very much, sir. That was super awesome. We didn't have to do that, but I will accept games. So now I'm glad that I have a small little collection of games to play on my PS5 when I do finally get one. But yeah, it's a remaster of the original that came out on the PS3, which you can still play, but it's kind of hard because I don't think the online portion of it is available anymore. Because you can get people to help you if you're kind of stuck in an area. You can, like, their ghost or something pops up, and you can have them lend an assist. And I don't think that works anymore on the PS3 version. But definitely going to work here now, so I can get the full experience. Thank you, Scott. And I pre-ordered this when I thought I was going to get a PS5 back in March, I think it was. March or April. And when it showed up, I was like, oh, shit, I pre-ordered that, didn't I? Well, we can't really play it because I don't have a PS5, but I pre-ordered a copy of Alex Kidd in Miracle World DX. It has a bunch of stuff inside, too. Should I open it to see what it is? Let's do that. Let's have a little unboxing here. Well, you're a cool guy, Scott, so I thank you. I wish I could repay you somehow. So on the inside, it comes with a keychain, which is pretty awesome. And this is cool. It comes with a manual, but the manual is like an old Sega Master System manual. That is awesome. It's like that lengthwise one, the horizontally shaped one. That is freaking cool. Oh my god, I love it. It even looks like one of the old ones. But this is what's getting me. I'm going to take the disc out here for a second. Well, number one, the disc kind of looks like the label that you would get on a Master System cartridge. But the inside looks like the front of a Master System game. I might actually swap the covers out for that. Because that is the shiz. That is awesome. I love it. I absolutely love it. So apparently you can play the old graphics or you can play the remastered graphics that are very cartoony. So that's cool. And I think this came out for a bunch of other consoles too. I think this came out for the Switch and everything. But I want to have games to play, or I wanted to have games to play on my PS5 when I thought I was going to get one, which I didn't. So, like I said, eventually I will get one. But that's rad as hell. So, I don't have many Alex Kidd games. I do only have Alex Kidd in High Tech World. No, I have that for the Master System, and I have Alex Kidd in the Enchanted Castle on the Genesis. So, cool. Starting to seriously wonder if we'll ever be able to purchase a PS5. I was doing the whole thing where I followed a whole bunch of Twitter accounts that let you know when they drop on all the different retailer sites, and I would either get there 5 minutes too late, or I would log on right when it was announced, and it would be taken out of my cart every single time. And then I'd go back to the Twitter page, and people would be like, I got 5 of them. And I was like, fuck you, I want one. How about I just get one that I'm not trying to resell? I want one for me, for myself. So, yeah, I'm kind of pissed. I was trying to get I wanted to get both. I actually had enough money to get both back then. An Xbox Series X and the PS5, but couldn't get any of them. So I gave up after a while. I was like, you know what? I spent 2 weeks of my life trying to get these consoles, and I was like, and I was on vacation at the time too, and I was like, I just wasted my vacation sitting at my computer or watching TV and have my phone in my hand all the time trying to wait for these things to drop, and it's just like not worth it. Not worth the stress, not worth wasting my relaxation time on it. Eventually I'll get one. I don't know when. It'll happen. Oh, I hope he'll sell me one. I'd like one. But anyway, that is it for my pickups for the months of June and July. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, more video games than movies this month, which is cool because, this is a video game channel, but I do like my movies too. Usually it is way more movies than video games because movies are usually cheaper than the video games. Although 4Ks are kind of pricey. Anyway, so I hope you like what you saw. If there's anything you think that I need to be looking out for, especially PS3-wise, since I'm back into collecting for that, let me know. Whoa, excuse me. Let me know. Thank you, everybody, for coming out and watching and hanging out with me tonight. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. I know I did. So I do have a couple of videos that I'm working on. I do have I know I say this every single one of these streams that I've got videos coming out and they take months to come out, but I am seriously working on that licensed games Diamonds in the Rough video. That's going to be the next one that comes out. I also have an NES Diamonds in the Rough that I want to work on that I've already captured footage from the games. I just need to record my part of it. And yeah, I might bring back the Top 3 Tuesdays, and I do have, surprise, surprise, a month-long series of videos that I'm planning for, I do believe, November, where every day there will be a new video. And I'll explain that in a later stream when it's closer to November when I'm going to start releasing them. But a video every single day for a whole month. I haven't done anything like that ever. That's a commitment. But I'm sticking to it because I do know my channel needs way more content than I do release other than these live streams. I am planning on doing more of these live streams too because getting to the point where I can probably do a Dreamcasting one, and I'm thinking of just doing one where we just sit around and chat. Why not? So thanks again for coming, everybody. Thank you. No, I may be like 10 or 12 games away from completing my Dreamcast set. And Captain Algebra in Wisconsin's been helping me out when he goes out shopping for games. He looks for the ones. I gave him a list of the ones I still need. And he actually found 2 of them for me, like 2 or 3 days after I gave him my list. I can't find a damn thing out here by me. But he went to one store and he's like, hey, look what I found. I was like, you. But they're all commons, so it's not like they're expensive. It's just I don't want to have to go to eBay and get every single one of them. So thank you very much. Maybe we'll talk before the end of August because August will be a big month. It's my birthday month, and that's when I kind of go cray-cray with the spending and all that because I get a discount at one of my local stores over here on my birthday. So I'll see you at the end of August. Definitely. Hopefully I will see you guys before that. So thank you for coming by. Oh, Chris, the old-ass retro gamer, signing off. Have a good night, everybody, and stay safe out there.